Today, I'm Polly Evans.
I'm Rob Smith. Tonight's top stories: 20,000 signed the campaign for a cut in fuel duty that's being led by a Kent MP.
Drivers have been ripped off at the pumps for too long. They pay the highest fuel duty in Europe.
Good evening. 20,000 motorists have signed a petition demanding a reduction in petrol prices. They've won the backing of more than 50 Conservative backbenchers led by Dover MP Charlie Elphicke, who are calling on the Chancellor to cut the amount of tax which is charged at the pumps.
They also want a new watchdog to be set up to ensure that motorists aren't ripped off by petrol retailers. Mark Sanders has the details.
Pouring pound after pound into the tank. These motorists in Ringmer want some relief from the cost of filling up. How painful is it filling it up at the pump these days, money-wise?
It's becoming an increasing struggle, actually. I mean, I run my own business, and it's a tangible difference.
If they reduce fuel, it's there somewhere. I'd rather keep the fuel same price and improve the roads.
It should be coming down. Why isn't it coming down?
The Chancellor is now under pressure to cut fuel duty. A lobby group from Kent, FairFuelUK, has joined forces with the Dover MP Charlie Elphicke and other MPs to get prices down.
Well, we've written to the Chancellor calling for fuel duty to be kept down, ideally cut, but at least frozen, and we've also asked for the Chancellor to look at setting up a PumpWatch organisation to ensure transparency at the pumps so we can understand how fuel is charged and make sure that it's kept down.
For every litre of petrol sold, the government charges fuel duty of nearly 58 pence. On top of that, the taxman takes 20% of the total cost as VAT. That means at current prices, around 70% of the money we pay at the pump goes on taxes. And campaigners claim a drop in wholesale prices is not being passed on by the fuel giants. Campaigners want a watchdog to see fairer pricing at the pumps.
There are 37 million drivers in this country, 80% of the electorate, and they don't know what they'll pay at the pumps when oil prices go down or go up. And what we're finding is prices at the pumps are totally at the behest of the retailer or the wholesaler.
Our retailers have to be financially sustainable. Since the year 2000, over 60% of independent petrol retailers have disappeared, closed for business because they were not financially sustainable.
Two of the big supermarkets have announced a drop in fuel prices, but for many motorists, the cost of filling up remains a burden.
That was Mark Sanders reporting. He's live now in the West Sussex village of Pycombe near Burgess Hill. Just how much political pressure is the Chancellor under, Mark?
Well, quite a bit when you consider that more than 50 Conservative MPs, including 6 junior members of the government, have written to the Chancellor asking him to act on fuel prices. He's also getting pressure from the industry, with petrol retailers calling for a 3p cut on fuel duty. And there's certainly been an upward pressure on prices when you consider issues to do with production and also, of course, the slide in sterling against the dollar. Now, we did, of course, ask the Treasury for a comment tonight, but so far, none has been forthcoming.
Thanks, Mark.
Well, a lot of you have been commenting on this story already. Ken, for instance, has emailed us to say that the amount of tax we're being charged for petrol is obscene. He says successive governments have milked this cash cow to the extent that they now rely on transport to pay for so many other areas of our lives.
That is echoed by Jane Beach on Facebook. She says it's disgusting the amount we're asked to pay. Reduce the amount of duty as a matter of urgency. But Nigel Poole from Y disagrees. He says, following the news about the hottest year on record, the Chancellor should not cut fuel tax. Keep it and invest the proceeds in research into alternative fuels. Well, you can have your say on Twitter at BBC South East, or you can join the debate on our Facebook page.